Hi everybody, TJ Mac Vintage Cards here, and today I'm doing episode 5 of If I Could Build One Case, which details my case build of 30 cards that I would keep if those were the only cards that I could have in my collection. I've explained in other videos that I display my cards, not all of them at one time, but over the course of a period of time I display them all in my card room because that's how I enjoy collecting, and if I can't display it, I typically don't keep them. So anyway, with that being said, let's just recap. Episode 1 was Cleveland Quartet, 4 cards that connected with my father-in-law. He was a big Cleveland Browns and Indians fan. Second episode, I did Artistic Beauties, which were 5 cards that I liked for their artistic appeal. There's 2 of them there. 3 others right there. Episode 3 was my father's favorites, which was Mickey Mantle, Al Kaline, Bobby Orr. And then the last episode were 3 players that really triumphed in the face of adversity and did great things, which were Jackie Robinson, Hank Aaron, and Roger Maris. And today, I'm a big football, hockey, baseball fan, love the history of those sports. So my 3 that I'm picking today are 3 defensive giants in football that I have a lot of admiration for and that I really enjoy collecting. And here they are here. Now, there may have been greater players in these 3, but these were the 3 that I really connect with and, again, enjoy. And you're going to see a theme here in this case. And what's really cool about this exercise is that it really tells me what I enjoy about collecting and where my focus is at. So you're not going to see, I don't believe, any cards probably when I'm done with this that are going to be from the 80s. A lot of the cards are from really the 60s and before. I do have some in the early 70s, and I'll have a couple more 70s cards as well. But that's kind of where my collecting sweet spot is, what I enjoy, and really where I find myself connecting to the game the most is in these years. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at these guys. First this is a 53 Bowman Chuck Bednarik, and what I really love about this card, before I get into what I like about him, is he looks like he's going off to war. This looks like almost like a World War II American uniform when you look at it real quickly. Just the expression on his face. It's kind of an interesting, kind of quirky kind of card. And I could have put this with my Artistic Beauty episode, but I already had choices for that one. And again, just because I put this one here doesn't mean it doesn't connect in those ways. But I just found this card really interesting. And it's not his rookie. I believe it's his 5th year card, but I really like this card best of him. The 53 Bowman's an extremely tough set for a main issue to get. I've been working on getting the 18 key cards on it for a while, and there's a few left I need, and every time they go to auction, when they do go to auction, which isn't common, they get pricey. Especially for the grade. So that's a set I'm working on that I enjoy. But Chuck Bednarik's a player that I enjoy. He was a center and a linebacker for the Eagles, and he was just he was the last of the two-way players, and I talked about that in another video I did. And he played linebacker, like I said, and was an all-pro linebacker and an all-pro center. Just a fabulous person, great athlete. He was the guy that, if you looked at his hands, if you ever looked up video on his hands, his fingers were all dislocated from playing in the trenches as a center. And he was a player, a man's man, and just somebody that I have a lot of respect for, and really is a symbol of that tough era of 50s football. And next to him is, right here, is Dick Butkus. And he's a guy I like to watch a lot of video on. Just seeing him just going after those running backs. And there's those famous NFL films with John Facenda, and you see his narration and running backs going through the line, and there's one where he picks the running back up and the guy's still trying to run as he's wrapped around the big arms of Dick Butkus, and there he goes throwing him to the ground. And he's a pop culture kind of guy too. He's done a lot of TV shows, and his persona in those shows in that oftentimes doesn't match what he was on the field. He was a feared player, but he kind of comes across a lot of times in silly roles on TV. Which really is maybe what his personality is like in real life, but certainly wasn't the kind of guy he was in the football field. So this is a card that I just was thrilled to get in my collection. Also, not a real easy card to get, and I got that one in a grade 6. And then lastly, I am a Cowboys fan through and through, but I've always loved Mean Joe Green, especially like when I was a kid. That famous, iconic Coke commercial with him drinking the Coke that the kid gave him, and then he throws him his jersey at the end. Just that famous commercial that most of us who are Gen Xers or baby boomers remember. And he was a feared player in his day, and just a guy that I love to watch. I like to watch video on him now, and he's really was the anchor of that great steel curtain defense. So if I had to pick again 3 guys that I'm going to put to represent my case as the defensive giants, is these 3 right here. There's other guys I liked very much as well, but I didn't put LT or Reggie White or anybody like that. And those are guys, and even Bob Lilly, who played in that era. These 3 are the ones that stand out to me that I enjoy watching the most and learning and reading about the most as well. So there you have it. That's this episode, Defensive Giants. And once I put these 3 in, I'll do it now. I'm going to have it down to just 2 rows left to do, and then this is going to be done. So there it is to date. It's coming along real nicely. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk again soon.